Do you remember when tickets were actually made of paper? You didn't have to show them on your phone. That is Alabama/Mississippi Fair at a dairy show in Tupelo, Mississippi. Front gate admission, $1.50 for everybody.
Less than a candy bar costs today.
Weldon Williams and Lick. I'm not sure what that says at the bottom, but hello. We are going to return to Mr. Elvis Aaron Presley, who was literally a force of nature because there was a huge storm in Tupelo that ravaged the entire community when Elvis was barely a year old, or not even a year old. It's one of our older reactions, and we talked way too much then. So we are back, and it's for one reason, because we had a comment on a post Gregory put on about about social or about physical media.
Yep.
Yeah. So how's her handle? Carolyn loves Elvis.
Carolyn loves Elvis forever.
Forever. Yeah. So
yes.
Commented, why did you guys basically stop doing Elvis? And my response was, well, I waited for a month to get the Hank Williams cover of You're So Lonesome I Could Cry at Hawaii, and it barely has over 100 views. And so we've been promoting new artists and such. And anyway, point being, that could have just been bad timing. I'm not sure. That reaction is great. I didn't know the connections between Hank Williams and Elvis. That's like that was very beautiful to me. So, Carolyn, remember that this is your reaction. We did one already. Greg, didn't it get blocked?
Yes, it did. It was weird. It was something from the '68 comeback special. Maybe What You Want Me to Do, I think, or something along those lines. Definitely something. It was different.
So this is Never Been to Spain, and I put in the member section a video of us of us remembering Elvis.
Effective if anyone I've ever heard in using that. He doesn't use it every time. He never sounds like he's like warbling. But when he does add that vibrato, it just accentuates what he's singing so much. It turns out Elvis is a really good singer.
Got me watching these Elvis videos. A great person. Role model. A great dancer, and obviously was a great lover, as Robert Plant said. In the reason, we had a lot of women. All right, Carolyn, this is for you, and all the rest of the Elvis fans. We in going back through all those comments and videos, because I did watch quite a few of them, catching up, I realized how much engagement we did have. So I think maybe I took it personal because of the Hank Williams video. I shouldn't have. So let's do this. Never Been to Spain, Elvis from 1972.
That was -2 when it was during his performance.
Well, I've never been to Spain, but I kinda like the music. Say the ladies are insane.
Oh.
And they sure know how to use it.
Who's that holler?
Hey, don't abuse it. Never gonna lose it. I can't refuse it. Well, I've never been to England, but I kinda like the Beatles. So I headed for Las Vegas. Only made it out to Needles. I got to feel it. Must be near. Oh, it feels so good. Lord. Feels so. Well, I never been to heaven.
I'm a level with y'all. Shit. Sorry. Stop. Trying to stop the profanity. The profanity in the diction. I was just about to say Elvis hasn't really put any effort into this, and he's just singing his baritone, which I think is fundamental voice. It's really hard to tell. He has so many different levels and octaves and techniques he can do. But that belt was as flashy and as loud, visually wise and sonically, as his belt he wears. OGL, you take over, bud.
So his opening line was about as classic an Elvis vocal as you can get. Sort of had that, wiggly sound to it. I think I agree with you. I think he's fundamentally a baritone. If he's not, he's clearly very comfortable down there, and really expressive. I was thinking, like you, it's like, okay, he's not putting a whole lot of force behind his vocals. Like, it was really expressive. I knew he was doing a lot of little things with it, but there wasn't a whole lot of power behind it. And then, boom, he took that knob and turned it up to 11.5. That was almost like operatic in its dynamics, but his voice then became as loud as a suit there. But this is an interesting song as well because it's got the castanets. It's much more of a kind of a relaxed groove, but it definitely kind of has that swing to it. So I guess it's never been to Spain, but I kind of like the music. The women are insane. I've heard these things as well.
They sure know how to use it.
Yep. And never been to England, but I like them. Basically, saying you don't. Basically, just talking about being a multicultural cultural individual. You don't have to go someplace to appreciate its exports or its treasures.
No, we actually we try to explain that a lot about America.
Yeah.
And all right.
Only made it out to Needles. I got to feel it. Must be near. Oh, it feels so good.
Let's hear it.
Feels so. Well, I've never been to heaven, but I've been to Oklahoma. Well, they tell me I was born there, but I really don't remember. In Oklahoma, from Arizona, well, what does it matter? What does it matter?
Oh. There's an orchestra.
Yeah.
All right, Elvis, I knew he was coming back in there, but
He's revving up for something.
Hot damn. The bass line. I'm really hearing this very clearly, and you can see the bass player there behind Elvis. Yeah, and I thought at first that was the drummer with one hand, like counting out the beat with another, but that was the composer,
Conductor.
the conductor. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're the same damn thing, but yeah, it lined up with the drummer. That was just a viewpoint.
A lot of sticks being waved around, basically.
Elvis was good at that.
Yeah, there's kind of a Caribbean flavor to this. It's like it looked like maybe not like a full symphony orchestra, but it looked like a brass section there. He's got the your standard band, the guitar, bass, drums. That's an interesting
and an
understated.
orchestra. That's not.
Yeah.
There's a whole orchestra there.
Yeah,
So.
it's still an understated song. The orchestra is kind of there to sort of punctuate the groove, and I sort of like how Elvis it's like he had a slider. And I was like, okay, I'm upping the power, but I'm lowering my enunciation. Because a lot of that was kind of like the words kind of bled together. It had sort of a, not so much a smooth, but a gooey kind of feeling, which is also kind of,
Bluesy,
yeah,
bluesy.
yeah, which is another kind of staple of Elvis's sound. I think the things that people parody are usually like the most identifiable and memorable aspects of a singer's sound. So, like usually when you hear someone do Elvis, it's deep, it's loud, and it's got a slurred together like that. So, but when you hear the real the real deal do it like that, it's like, okay, yeah, he does make it work. Like a lot of singers could not get away with the things that Elvis gets away with, but because he's got such an amazing voice and he's so charismatic on stage, like he can make it work.
Yeah, it's yeah, you're right. Because I mean, John Farnham, for instance, in Australia has much better diction, and maybe can fundamentally sing better than Elvis, and it's very charismatic and crowded, but Elvis was on another level still, and I don't mean no disrespect to John.
Yeah.
It's just that that's amazing because John Farnham is the Elvis of Australia. So
yes, no doubt.
Yeah, he had the it factor, that's for sure.
Yeah, all kinds of.
Well, I never been to Spain, but I kinda like the music.
Yeah.
Hey, the ladies are insane there, and they sure know how to use it. They don't abuse it, they're never gonna lose it. Well, I can't refuse it. Well, I've never been to heaven, but I've been to Oklahoma.
Tempo's coming up.
Well, they tell me I was born there, but I really don't remember.
Oh,
In Oklahoma, from Arizona, yeah, what does it matter? What does it matter? In Oklahoma, from Arizona, yeah, what does it matter? What does it matter?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
yeah. Oh shit. Thank you very much, then. Wow. Yeah, I kept thinking about when you talk about where he was born. We pulled up a few things here, and damn, where the hell is it?
While you're looking for that, there we
This
go. Oh,
is
wow.
really cool about these different times of his life there.
Yeah.
Was pretty amazing. This statue we found where he's a boy and a man.
Yeah.
That was really cool. This iconic picture here. Of course, the ticket I had earlier. Go ahead. Say what you can say, bud.
So you notice Elvis is this is something I didn't even think about before I started listening to Elizabeth from the Charismatic Voice.
Yeah.
Look at how wide Elvis. Oh yeah, his birthplace, very cozy looking place there. But you notice how wide his stance was. His feet were super wide apart. He had one leg forward, and that's to support that sound that he was generating to get all of that power. You see, even there, yeah. Elizabeth calls it horse stance. She named that for Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden. But if you notice any singer, especially the ones that have long careers, they will always, sort of ground themselves like that with a wide stance, one leg forward. That just helps. They always refer to as drawing up energy from the stage, and Elvis was that energy was coming out of his mouth that way. He was putting his all into it, and yeah, I said I like the Caribbean vibe of this. I like the sort of the laid back groove. And he was a ladies' man, no doubt. And I wonder who used between the three of them.
Try not to touch her breast there, but
Yes.
she's like, oops.
And he probably used more hair care products than both of them put together. But
shoe polish, remember?
Yes.
His daddy's hair was shoe polish, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, he's black belt in karate, a lot of served in the military, a lot of he just led a very fascinating life, and I think it's unfortunate that some people tried to take advantage of him, to latch onto him because he was so famous. But when it comes to music, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I cut you off.
Yeah, the arts they made, it stands on its own, and you can sort of like watch him through these various times. So the first reaction that we did for Carolyn was blocked. Hopefully it'll come out soon, but it was something completely different, and you could tell he was sort of trying to.
We're not really.
Yeah.
We're not nearly as excited. I mean, we caught like we see it, and that I thought he really seemed like an act.
Yeah, and that came after 8 months of not touring, of focusing on movies, of sort of this relationship with his manager.
Wearing that suit.
Fragmenting,
in the reaction we done, but
yeah, so he
seemed rather bland to me. So get ready for when it comes out. We're critical in it.
Yeah, if anything, it's just because Elvis set such a high bar previously.
Yeah, no doubt.
And it's even like you see him even there, like when he belts, he'll open his mouth super wide, which you need to get all that sound out, but he'll sort of pull his lips back and expose his teeth, which is sort of the opposite of what they teach you to do in opera. But that sort of brings a different texture, a little bit of edge to the sound. And I think songs like Blue Kentucky Rain show that Elvis can sing, naturally and beautifully as well as anybody. He just
my favorite Elvis song. I love that.
Yeah,
I think keep falling. I'll sing the whole thing. Sorry. Welcome.
Yeah, Elvis, the guy whose moods will come out through his vocal cords.
All right, so this isn't meant to disrespect anything, but we did this earlier for Carolyn. Thought it was kind of cool. Hello, Carolyn. Hello. My name is OGL Schmitt Logan, and we're Elvis Aaron Presley, and we're also stupid. Hold on. Elvis is leaving the building. Thank you, Carolyn, for bringing Elvis back. The king is back. So yeah, definitely thank you, Carolyn, honestly.
Thank you, Carolyn. Elvis fans, if you're returning, welcome back. Let us know what other songs you would like us to react to, because here on Custom OGT, long live the king.
And there's 2 levels to join the channel. For $1.99 a month, you can get 2 reactions no matter what. We will make them then and there. Probably more if can't promise more, but at least 2. And for the $4.99, you get 4. And we actually do these in members-only live chats. And you can join us. You can give the context you want. You can come with just your voice or your face, and we record them live, and you can be there in the comments. So we'll pop your comments up on the screen. So So much love. That keeps the bills paid. So
keeps bills paid. It's just a fun thing to do. It's a good way to socialize and share our love of music and art and artists. So yeah, we're glad to see you.
All right, much love, everybody. Thank you. And long live the king. Even though he didn't like to be called the king, I know the scary Goodman. So my Hank Jr. gurus who turned me on to Elvis. So I found pictures of my mother at the museum and everything. So much love, everybody.
Thank you.